Welcome, folks, to Crypto News Global. I'm your host, Nick Toka. On today's show, is Bitcoin peaking? This data suggests otherwise. Analyst firms say Deutsche Börse's Clearstream to launch Bitcoin and Ethereum custody for institutions, says report. Also, Bitcoin's cup and handle pattern signals explosive move to $186,000, says analyst. We're going to go through that momentarily. All this and so much more on today's show. Welcome, folks, to Crypto News Global. I'm your host, Nick Toka. Today is March 15th, 2025, and Bitcoin's sitting about sideways for the day. Definitely nothing drastic happening in the markets. Let's get right into our Market Watch Bitcoin technical analysis and see what we're talking about. We've got the Bitty currently down 0.25%, 84,378. Ethereum up 0.15%. Like I'm saying, everything's going sideways today. $1,927. Solana up again 0.25%, $135. Doge up 0.5%, 17.5 cents. XRP down 2.5% at $2.38 right now. Getting into our crypto bubbles, we're seeing about a 50-50 mix today in terms of positive and negative gains and losses. We've got Toncoin up 15%, Pancake Swap up 9%, Mantle up 8.3%, Atom up 6%, Move up 4%. And on the downside, we have most things down about the same thing, between 1 and 3%. So nothing huge, no big movers on either side. Zooming out to the weekly, we've got about a 70-30 mix, 70 down, 30 on the upside. And we have IP up 18%, Ton up 18%, Pepe up 7%, Pancake Swap up 11%, Atom 14%, Tia up 10.5%. And zooming out to the monthly, I expect we're going to see a lot more red here. And in fact, it's better than yesterday, but still about 95% in the red for the month. IP up 200% for the month, but most other things are down quite a bit. We've got Jasmy down 35%, Hex down 45%, Jupiter 40%, Hype 47%, Bonk 37%. Let's get into the crypto market cap information. We currently have Bitcoin sitting at $1.672 trillion, Ethereum $232 billion, XRP $138 billion, Solana $69 billion, Cardano $26 billion, Doge $26 billion, Tron $21 billion, and let's add PI in Pi number 11, $10.5 billion. The total crypto market cap right now is $2.71 trillion, and we have Bitcoin holding 61.68% of that. Ethereum steady from yesterday, 8.56%. XRP 5.1% of the total crypto market. Currently, we are a 30 in fear in our crypto fear and greed index. Yesterday was a 46 in neutral, and last week a 27 in fear. There are currently 1,125 days left until the next Bitcoin halving in 2028, with 162,005 blocks left to mine. And until the year 2140, where the last block is mined, there's 1,162,516 Bitcoin left to mine. Our top assets by market cap, we have gold at $20,100,000,000. Apple 3.2 trillion, Nvidia 3 trillion, Microsoft 2.9 trillion, Amazon 2 trillion, Google 2 trillion, silver 1.9 trillion, Saudi Aramco 1.675 trillion, Bitcoin 1.673 trillion, Meta, Facebook 1.5 trillion, and you can currently get 1,185 satoshis for one fiat US dollar. And as predicted, the US national debt did cross the 36 trillion 600 billion mark, currently at 36 trillion 601 billion 635 million, equaling 107,069 per US citizen, or 323,048 per US taxpayer. Lots of money being owed across the board, and not much to be done about it except, pay off the debt. Let's keep servicing the debt. Lower the interest rate so you can service the debt. Print more money so you can service the debt. These are all positive things for the Bitcoin, of course. And everybody's wondering, after what happened in the past few weeks, all the tariff talk and the big dip, the completion of the head and shoulder pattern with Bitcoin back down to $76,500. Is the Bitcoin peak in? This data suggests otherwise. Analytics firm suggests. An analyst firm explains how the data related to these stablecoins could hint at whether the Bitcoin market top is in or not. Stablecoins have seen their market cap touch new highs recently. In a new post on X, the market intelligence platform Into the Block has discussed about the trend in the combined stablecoin market cap. Stablecoins refers to the cryptocurrencies that are pegged to a fiat currency, with USD being the most popular choice. Generally, investors make use of these assets when they want to avoid volatility associated with other coins like Bitcoin. Traders who invest in stablecoins, however, usually do so because they plan to venture back into the volatile side of the sector. For sure. That's why a lot of these coins are paired with USDT. So in many cases, if you're trading USDT to that coin, Bitcoin, Solana, XRP, whatever it is, the fees are actually pretty low, and they have them in pairs in most of these exchanges. As such, the supply of these fiat-tied tokens is often considered as the available dry powder for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Given this placement of these stables in the sector, their market cap can be worth keeping an eye on. Here is the chart shared by the analytics firm that shows the trend in stablecoin market cap over the past few years. As displayed in the graph, the market cap of these stablecoin has been riding an uptrend recently and exploring a new all-time highs. Following the latest continuation to the increase, the metric has hit a whopping 219 billion. Yeah, way up here. That would be in the blue line, and the Bitcoin price is in black. So it has risen while Bitcoin's come down a bit. To put things into perspective, you know why this is used, guys. Basically, people take their money out of the Bitcoin or out of whatever coin they're in, hoping that the price drops in that coin, and then they can just buy back in. It's basically like putting it into cash without actually putting your money into cash. You're putting it into, a stablecoin backed that's pegged against the US dollar in most cases, and Tether is the most widely used. As displayed in the above chart, to put things into perspective, the market cap of Ethereum, the second largest asset in the sector, is just under 233 billion. Thus, the stables are less than 14 billion away, so worth just the same amount as all of the Ethereum combined. into the block has pointed out that an interesting pattern related to this indicator. In the chart, it's visible that the metric's top last cycle was when it hit 187 billion in April 2022. Evidently, this peak in the market cap of the stable coins coincided with the start of the bear market. Let's go back to this chart. So here we have 2022. And yeah, okay. Historically, stablecoin supply peaks align with cycle highs, notes the analytics firm. So far, the current cycle, the current indicator has continued to rise despite the decline in the assets price. In the previous trend, if anything to go by, this could be an indication that the Bitcoin and other coins are yet to enter a bear market. That said, the latest market conditions haven't exactly been entirely bullish. The most positive scenario occurs whenever both Bitcoin and the stablecoins enjoy an increase in their market caps. In such periods, a net amount of fresh capital inflows are entering into the sector. At present, though, the stablecoins have been rising while Bitcoin and others have been falling. This could potentially imply a rotation of capital has been occurring rather than fresh inflows. During the mid-2021 correction, a similar pattern emerged, but the market was able to find its footing in the second half and a rally took place. Now, it remains to be seen whether something similar is going to happen to Bitcoin this time as well, or if the market will go the way it did in 2022. At the time of the writing, Bitcoin is trading at about 84,500, down 4% in the last 7 days. Let's go back to the chart. And there's certainly a point where, I could argue here that we're at this point in the uptick. So we could certainly have some way to go. You could also argue that, we're still down here. That's my argument, is this point in the chart is more reasonably both the time frame that we're in into the cycle, and when looking at the actual chart of Bitcoin, this is kind of more similar to what I've seen. Like this part of the chart here is more like this here. And then when we get to the mid-cycle peak, it may not look like that now, but if this peaks up to here, way up and to the right, this, what we're in now, this head and shoulders, will end up looking exactly like this over the time. It's yet to be seen. That is kind of what I'm betting on. I feel like this cycle is a little bit different because of the whole new presidency and realistically the tariffs. What's interesting is I don't know if Satoshi did this on purpose or not. What's interesting is the halving every time is in the same year as the U.S. election. So the halving generally happens around between March and, we'll call it May, and then there's an election in November. So it's kind of interesting how that happens. This time, you would think with Trump being in here, things would be more bullish, but all this trade, tariff talk, really put a damper on things. So let's see how we come out of this, because certainly we will come out of this. Trump in his last term also put tariffs, but nobody remembers. 2 months ago, realistically, I haven't heard anyone talking about, oh yeah, when the tariffs went in, 2016, this is what happened to the markets. No, everybody keeps their mouth shut about that, right? So again, if history holds true, we should still see quite a bit of a pump in the Bitcoin and the entire crypto market, quite honestly. I personally am still kind of aiming in that direction and investing in that direction. There's bullish news going on all the time for the biddy. We have a large bank who is ready to custody BTC and Ethereum for institutions, and that is Deutsches Börse's Clearstream. Clearstream introduces Bitcoin and Ethereum custody services, aiming to simplify crypto adoption for banks and large institutions. Now, this is the second bank in a week that's come out, and they're starting to do something similar. Post-trade unit Clearstream announced that it will introduce crypto custody and settlement services for institutional clients later this year. The services will be provided through its majority-owned subsidiary, Crypto Finance, which will act as a sub-custodian. Clearstream's offerings. According to Bloomberg Report, Clearstream will offer custody services for Bitcoin and Ethereum to its 2,500 clients starting next month. The company also plans to introduce support for other cryptocurrencies and expand its offering, including staking, lending, and brokerage capabilities. With this offering, we're creating a one-stop shop around custody, brokerage, and settlement, said Jens Hatchmeister, head of issuer services and new digital markets at the firm. He also stated that the move would allow it to provide services for assets such as stablecoins and tokenized securities in the future. According to Crypto Finance CEO Stijn van der Straeten, the organization began planning this service roughly a year ago. The executive added that the strategy would enable banks and large institutions to adopt digital assets more quickly by using familiar technology and compliance tools. Clearstream is one of Europe's largest clearing houses with approximately $21.7 billion in assets under management. As of January of this year, clients of the company Central Security Depository will be able to access crypto custody and settlement services using their existing accounts with Clearstream Banking SA. Yeah, so there we have it. You know, a year ago, if this kind of news came out, oh boy, there'd be a pump. Now this is peddly news. This is secondary. Even the Bitcoin reserve didn't get things pumping. There might be more at play. People have said, BlackRock's suppressing the market. They're saying companies, nation states are suppressing the market, hoping that they get into Bitcoin before the price really jumps. Personally, I feel like Bitcoin is always on its own trajectory. And regardless, it may fluctuate up and down when it comes to news, when it comes to the stock market. But ultimately, I feel like it's on its own trajectory. So whatever Bitcoin wants to do, it's going to do. And according to Bitcoin's cup and handle pattern, it signals an explosive move to 186,000, says analyst. A popular market analyst, Greg Crypto, has dropped a Bitcoin price prediction due to the recent information of a highly bullish chart pattern. The maiden cryptocurrency trades above 84,000 right now, following its minor recovery into the latter part of last week. However, the continuity of the current bull run remains uncertain, barring a sustained uptrend. Bitcoin's bullish chart pattern hints at a major price surge. In an next post on March 14th, Greg Crypto states the BTC market may be preparing for a major price breakout. According to the technical analysis shared by the trading expert, Bitcoin has formed a cup and handle pattern hinting a major bullish move on the horizon. For context, the cup and handle pattern represents a textbook bullish information that occurs when an asset experiences a rounded bottom, i.e. the cup, followed by a slight pullback, i.e. the handle, before a breakout to new highs. This is well illustrated in the weekly chart below, following Bitcoin's price action in the past 2 years. So here we have it. And indeed, a very well illustrated cup and handle pattern. And they made it pretty easy for us to look at it. And, you know, along with that, we've got first the head and shoulders pattern. I mean, all the basics are here, guys. You got the head and shoulder, then we have the cup and handle, very clearly drawn out, and you know, a bunch of green arrows pointing up to, you know, between 186,000 and 260,000. According to Egrag Crypto, the premier cryptocurrency is on the verge of a breakout with multiple potential price targets in sight. The non-logarithmic target presents a conservative possible price peak of 113,000. Meanwhile, the logarithmic scale, which accounts for historical exponential gains, points to a price target of 260,000. That's more like it. Taking an average of both methods, Egrag Crypto has picked a personal target of 186,000. The analyst also favors a potential price break to 175,000 as indicated by the Fibonacci extension level of 1.618, which has historically acted as a reliable cycle top indicator. However, while this analysis presents a robust bullish prediction, Bitcoin must first experience a pullback to around 65,000 to initiate this price surge. Yeah, we can't really zoom in on it here, but we can open our own and take a peek. Let's zoom out to, we can do a 2-year chart. We'll go 2023 just the same way that they have. No, we don't want to power up our plan. Go away. All right. Here we have it. And this should be pretty much exactly the chart that those guys have up. We've got to shrink this a little bit. It's going to take a moment. All right, all right, all right. Almost there. Okay. All right, that's about the best we can do. So if we compare their cup and handle pattern going back into the chart, we should see here it's going back all the way to 2021, going in fact way back, much further back than I was expecting. So we can do the same, but here we're already seeing kind of their cup and handle example right in here. So I mean, there's potential. I don't know if we're going to see that 65,000, folks, as per what this article's saying. I mean, it could certainly happen, but from what I've seen, every time we hit about 76,500, the price just bounces. If we go back to if we just do a 1-year chart here, whenever we get to that 76K, right here, and it's happened a couple times, we just get a bounce. So I don't know if the price is going to go all the way down to this level. I'd be surprised if it did. I feel like at this point we are, if we follow the the real trace here, realistically the price should go up from here. We'll see how things go. Personally, you know, who's more bullish than me? Nobody. So I like to go by the historical charts, and I feel like that chart is telling us that the price is going to go up, and the price does go up for the cycle peak. It has every single time, so why would it stop this time in the Bitcoin halving cycle? I feel like every halving, the increase in price isn't as much every single time. So the first halving was, you know, a 17 or 20x. The second halving was an 8x. The third halving was a 7 or 6x. So I'm predicting about a 3 to 5x this time from the date of the halving price, which was around $65,000. So, you know, 3x from there, you know, 180,000, and 5x is about 300K. So these have been my steady predictions for a while. We've got Max Kaiser, who predicts, you know, $2.2 million for this cycle peak for the price of Bitcoin. We've got Michael Saylor predicting, you know, price to the moon. Kathy Wood, price to the moon. So it's interesting. Let's see what actually happens. There is money everywhere in the world. We've got $900 trillion of assets in the world, guys. So remember, money is everywhere. Money is abundant. It's time that's scarce. So spend your time wisely. Spend less money than what you earn, and that way more money stays in your pocket. If you suddenly start earning more money, start saving more money. Don't start spending more money. And if you start investing when you're young, you should be able to retire when you're 40 or 45. Start when you're 18 or 20, retire when you're 40 or 45. It's a good plan. If you have a great idea, start your idea today. Even if you're not ready, start, and things will come together for you. Remember, folks, here at Crypto News Global, you're not only watching Crypto News Global, you are Crypto News Global. And I am on a path to have over 500 subscribers this year. Please join me on this journey. If you found this stream enjoyable, please share, like, comment, and especially subscribe. And we will see you on the next stream, folks. Thanks so much for joining.